The following is a trip down the backlog rabbit hole, where completing your library of games is just a fantasy. We're back, and now we're gonna do a little bonus game. So since we finished Little Nemo for the NES as well as the arcade game, we're gonna do the arcade UN Squadron. So I wasn't originally planning that, but you know what? I don't feel like ending my stream yet, so let's do it. We're gonna play UN Squadron for the NES, or rather arcade, not NES. I wish there was an NES version of it, but not really. Also, what the fuck is the mix-up? I'm kind of getting tired too, but yeah. Let me get the game going. I'm getting a little bit tired, so what the fuck? Game's not running? Let me fix that. What the fuck? I thought I had it running. Give me a second. I got it. This will take a minute. This will take a minute. Arcade. Yeah. Because there are differences between the arcade and the Super Nintendo game. Like, this one's 2 players, but the SNES version is like only one. But they actually changed a bunch of the game. And I remember streaming that game 2 years ago. Alright, let me just make sure I can get it running. Alright. Oh, now it works. All right, close ROM. All right, let's load it up again. I gotta make sure that the game is recognized on with my controller. I gotta fix a few things. All right, let's see. Config controllers. Yeah, all right. Hard reboot core. Let's All right, let's do it again. All right. There is an intro after the title screen. Let's take a look at it. So this game came out in 1989 in the arcades. Let's see how this is in comparison. The fighting in this area is ferocious. Shin Kazama with the tiger shark. Only fate will determine if we live or die. Mickey Simon with the F-14 Tomcat. Taking on this mission is like shaking hands with the devil. Greg Gates with the Thunderbolts. So, Daredevils. I think that the Area 88 manga, and I think there was an anime that I think it did get localized, but I guess they just couldn't really secure the rights over here in North America for the game. Here we go. Let's start it. Alright. Let's go with this one. The target is the multi-rocket launchers. The most vulnerable target is the radar installation, so avoid missiles and attack the radar. They actually misspelled that. Hey Mickey, I have something for you. Are you interested? Alright, bullpup. Let's get this one. Thanks. Thank you, be careful. So, unlike the 1942, 1943 games, this one's vertical as opposed to, like, this one's horizontal as opposed to vertical. I have beaten a similar game before, Carrier Air Wing. All right. I actually enjoyed Carrier Air Wing when I played it. There we go. Mission 1 clear.
You win.
We did it. This is merely the beginning. The target is the invincible stealth bomber. It can attack targets without being detected. Homing missiles can't even detect it. Alright. I just wanted to increase my energy. I'm mainly playing this game to make up for the fact that I planned to stream this game right after I did the SNES version, but I never did. Because I've never beaten the arcade version, only the SNES version. Oh, the enemies are coming in fast.
Are you ready? Go!
Alright, let's destroy it. Let's get out. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
You win.
The star seems to be against you. The target is the forest fortress, equipped with many large gun batteries. Even the surrounding woods are full of weapons. Burn the forest and find out where they are. Hey Mickey, I have something for you. Are you interested? Let's go. I know people who tend to speedrun the Super Nintendo game. The music is really good though. Uh-oh. Fuck. Oh, this shit. We all turn around. Good. Got him. Let's go. Hey, controller, am I the best or what?
You win.
The target is the carrier. It can move around on the ground and its striking power is 4 times greater than a regular carrier. Sweet point is exposed. Fuck. That was too fast. Uh-oh. Boss time. Got him.
You win.
We did it. Next stage. Goodbye. This desert will be your grave. The target is a bomber called Basin. This huge bomber carries a fighter inside, and the fighter can take off in the air. Don't get distracted by the fighter's attack. Aim at the bomber. All right. Let's go. Oh. We'll take each and every one of these guys down. Alright, let's take them out.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Let's go. Another one down.
You win.
No one survived my attack? The objective of the operation is to destroy the missile launcher located at the end of the cave. The inside of the cave is very narrow. Watch out for rocks. Alright, we're going in. I think some of the stages in this game were designed differently than on the SNES.
fighters ready. Engage.
There we go. We did it.
You win.
Don't underestimate the UN Squadron's pilots. The target is a bomber called Bullhead. We expect a certain amount of damage, but we know you will do your best. Good luck. Alright, let's buy the Falcon missile. It's a homing missile. Alright. Let's go. Alright, let's get rid of all these things. Boss time.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
That was it. I was expecting more out of that boss fight.
You win.
Go to hell. The target is a battleship called Mix. This heavily armed ship carries a main cannon, a secondary cannon, and a launcher. Alright, we'll just go. All right, let's take care of them. Bunch of fighter jets. We destroyed the submarine.
Prepare to strike, now!
There we go. But yeah, this game is pretty good, Dragon. Our objective was attained. We'll return to the base.
You win!
The target is the arsenal. Have I beaten this before? Yeah, the Super Nintendo version, but never this one. How many stages this game has? Is this the last stage, or is there one more after this? Either way. But yeah, the Super Nintendo one was a bit different. Because they actually added a map. You get to choose some stages that were adjacent to you. Yeah, I think this is the last stage, because that was the first stage boss. I'm assuming this is a boss rush coming up. And Capcom loves boss rushes. Yeah, I love doing those, like Capcom Arcade Stadium nights. I do want to play some arcade games from Sega that I haven't beaten. But there are also some games you just can't beat. They're like, play till you get the high score. That was gonna be boss rush, but no. They just reused the first boss from the game. That's a big old cannon, yeah. Whew. This is it. My blood is tingling. This is the last battle. UN Squadron will begin its attack on the Project 4 fortress. So this is the last stage. Now I gotta turn around. It kind of does. And Genesis had a lot of shmups. You gotta bust it through. Almost done. We did it. That was the last boss. This is my last visit. I shall never return.
You win.
Talking about threading the needle. Thus, Project 4's plot was thwarted and peace was brought back to Kutal. That was a brutal war. Ah, we can finally live in peace. Even the sun is shining bright today. Mission is finally complete. Now we can go home. Well, that's the arcade UN Squadron game. It's a lot of fun. I actually had a lot more fun with this than the Nemo arcade game, to be honest. Because this one, there's a lot more going on. It's a lot more exhilarating. So there's definitely some excitement here. I do like the Super Nintendo one more in terms of the way that game was formatted. Because this game, however, if there's anything that I kind of wish the Super Nintendo version had was two-player co-op, because the arcade version has that. But they did compensate by making it feel like its own game rather than just a port of the arcade game. But it's still worth playing. I wouldn't mind playing a couple more like classic NES games or arcade games in short bursts just to get through them, especially arcade games I've never beaten or never finished. This is another one from Capcom. All right, let's add my name to the ranks. Thanks. There we go. All right, well, that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it for tonight. So we've beaten 3 games in one night. Granted, 2 versions of the same game. No, two versions of the same IP, but just different games in general. And then going into UN Squadron afterwards. So it was a fun night overall. So tomorrow is going to be Retro Night. We're gonna play some Sega Saturn games. Friday is going to be F-Zero 99 for Shell Squad Game Club. And Sunday we're going to do some Pokemon Champions, followed by sharing the Shell Shock. We're going to talk about game shows. So let's see who's online that we can send the raid over to, because we're definitely done for tonight now. Let's see who we got. Let's see. So plenty of people on. We're going to send the raid right now over to somebody who is on. Let's see. So many people on at the moment. Let me see who we got. If Ash said hi was on, I would rate her, but she's not on right now. Because I know she loves UN Squadron, but she mainly loves the Super Nintendo version. We're gonna go send the raid over to Derek Bittner, who is playing Mega Man Battle Network 3. We're gonna send the raid over to him. So let me get the raid call going. So we're gonna raid Bittner Games because he's been raiding me a bunch. And he raided me on Monday. I forgot I just send the raid over, like return the favor. All right. So I will see you guys tomorrow. It's the most varied week in a while. Yes, I'll see you guys tomorrow for Retro Nights. So make sure to take care of yourselves. Be awesome. Stay awesome. Tell your loved ones you love them. Check them as always. Fight for everlasting peace. I'll see you guys next time. And remember, be kind, rewind. Y'all have a good night.